Coming up on this edition of SWTV News. As we make our way through the month of February and have our sights set on spring, influenza cases are still being reported across Canada. With another traffic blitz in place this month across the province, SGI is again reminding you of the hazards of distracted driving. Stephanie Kaduck of Swift Current is well known in the arts community for her work in acrylic, and now her talents are shining internationally, following a 3-week trip to Shenzhen, China. Thanks for joining us here today. Flu season is still here, and you're reminded to do your part to protect yourself and others from the illness. We have more in today's top story. As we make our way through the month of February and have our sights set on spring, influenza cases are still being reported across Canada, and health officials are reminding you to be on guard for a variety of illnesses you may come in contact with.
Well, the flu virus is still floating around, but the particular strain that was very predominant in December is it's had its peak and it's on its way down, and other influenza and actually parainfluenza viruses are now more of the predominant circulating viruses. So there is still respiratory activity out there, but not the H3N2 that really predominated in December.
Tor adds that along with proper hygiene, such as washing your hands frequently with soap and water, and disinfecting hard surfaces such as desktops and telephones, a flu shot is still a good idea for anyone who hasn't rolled up their sleeve this season.
Because the actual virus mutated very quickly last year, which was an unexpected move on its behalf. But there are other influenza viruses circulating, and those are well matched to the vaccine, so it's still not too late to get vaccine. And even for people traveling in other parts of the world, there is the same kind of activity, especially south of the border. There is other influenza viruses also circulating, so it's still wise to get that shot.
And if you are feeling ill, the best practice is to stay at home for a few days to recover, rather than going to work or attending any public functions, as you can actually shed the virus for several days before you start feeling any symptoms of influenza. And be prepared to wear a mask as you enter any health facilities in your community, as health regions across Saskatchewan are now enforcing a full mask or immunize policy. Distracted driving continues to be a major hazard on roadways and will be the focus of the latest traffic blitz across the province. Staying focused on the road while you're operating any vehicle is a strong message policing agencies continue to stress. And with another traffic blitz in place this month across the province, SGI is again reminding you of the hazards of distracted driving, including that of using your cell phone.
28% of all fatal crashes in 2013 were related to distracted driving. So that's pretty high. Like 32 people died in 2013 and over 2,000 were injured. So people just need to make changes in their habits and concentrate when they're driving. The only tasks that they should be doing are things that relate to driving.
Motorists are also reminded that as of last June, new laws came into effect in Saskatchewan, with tougher penalties in a number of areas. This includes a vehicle being seized for 7 days on a second or subsequent offense for cell phone use. And the fine for cell phone use or driving without due care and attention is now $280 and results in 4 demerit points against your driver's license. According to stats from SGI, from the end of June to December 31st, 2014, 18 drivers in Saskatchewan had their vehicles seized for using a cell phone while driving. A complete list of the latest traffic laws are available online.
What is it that makes someone the very best at what they do? Is it knowledge? Perhaps determination? For entrepreneur Kevin Murray, the answer is pretty clear.
I'm the best at what I do because of the love of it. I really actually love doing it and looking at the customer when they come in after and going, this can't be my vehicle.
As the owner of Kevin's Ultimate Car Detail, making people happy is his specialty. With over 25 years in the business, Kevin says he wanted to provide the same level of service you'd expect in a larger center, but right here in Swift Current, Saskatchewan. More than just cleaning cars, Kevin provides a number of specialty services that help restore vehicles to their original condition. These before and after images show how even the shiniest of cars can have their luster taken to a whole new level, using a process known as clay bar that strips away the environmental contaminants from the clear coat, and special polishes Kevin says he's perfected over the years. But as you'd expect, it doesn't stop there. Kevin can clean the dirtiest of upholsteries using his patented steam technology, and even fix minor scratches that ordinarily require work from a body shop.
Yeah, there's a nest there. And
using this special camera, Kevin goes the extra mile on one of the toughest jobs for any car detailer: mice removal.
The big thing is deer mice, hantavirus. We have to be very careful on that. Basically, we're looking at is stripping the whole vehicle interior, removing the carpets, removing the seat, removing the headliner, checking in all the nooks and crannies. With the steamer with the mouse truck, what we can do is we can actually go and use 352 degrees worth of steam inside the air vents to clean out the bacteria. So when we're done going through there, it's basically sanitized like a hospital.
In business for over a year, Kevin says he couldn't be happier doing what he loves. And with the addition of the right staff, he has hopes for expanding the business in the near future. Kevin credits the financial assistance as well as the small business training offered through Community Futures Southwest for helping make his dream come true.
Well, if it wasn't for Community Futures, I wouldn't be here, really. That gave me the opportunity to open the door to be in here, was Community Futures. And that really helped.
Like any true artist, Kevin sees his work as a calling. It's really not about cleaning cars, but being passionate about what you do and the smile you put on someone's face for a job well done.
Community Futures Southwest helps business owners with financing and business training, making dreams become a reality. Contact their office today. A Swift Current artist has gained international recognition following a recent trip to China. We have more in this report. Stephanie Kaduck of Swift Current is well known in the arts community for her work in acrylic, and now her talents are shining internationally following a 3-week trip to Shenzhen, China. Kaduck and 35 other artists from around the world traveled to China to showcase their artistic talents and leave behind a legacy of their work for a traveling art exhibition through Asia.
A friend of ours, Gordon Novak, who's an artist and art dealer, told us about it. And we had to send slides of our work, and if we were accepted, we had to pay our way to Hong Kong, and the rest of the trip was paid for. The deal was that each artist would donate 3 pieces, and that covered all of our expenses. It was 5-star accommodation at the Pullman Hotel, and all of our food, and plus all of the side trips that we took.
Kaduck adds that creating the 3 paintings in such a short period of time came easily for her, as she drew inspiration from the quaint surroundings of the hotel and the tours of the adjacent countryside which the artists embarked on.
The first thing that we did when we got on location, after picking out our paint and getting that organized, was to go into the mountains around Zhangjiajie, which are the mountains that are featured in the film Avatar. And they sort of were hoping that we would be inspired by the region in our work. It was absolutely amazing.
And now back home, Kaduck says the memories of Shenzhen are close to her heart, and she once again immerses herself in her work, with plans to participate in future international artist-in-residence programs.
I'm working on a lot of big pieces in the same realm as the last major exhibition, but I'm painting China out of my brain. China is very much featured in because my artwork is about me, and it's about how people act, and it's very sort of psychological, symbolic-based work.
Stephanie Kaduck is a world-renowned artist and the coordinator of education and public programs at the Swift Current Museum. Well, this brings to a close another episode of Southwest TV News, reporting the stories that matter to you. We always welcome your news tips. You can always reach us here by phone at our studio or by email to contact us at southwesttvnews.com. Also, be sure to join us daily online for the latest news from across Southwest Saskatchewan and so much more at MyLocalTV.ca. And be sure to follow us on a range of social media. Thanks for joining us here today. I'm Carol Andrews.